Hello guys and welcome back to Irons United for another transfer roundup video. All these videos is we go out and we have a look at all the players that are rumoured to be coming to the team, and we try and do a bit of research and give you guys an idea of what we're looking at, if it's realistic and where they're going to play. A couple of names that have come across in the last day or so. I'm going to start with Sebastian Haller, who is a French striker who plays for Eintracht Frankfurt. Now, on the basis and the face of what we're looking at, he's a 6'3" centre forward, so he'd be an ideal replacement for Andy Carroll. He is, however, a mobile centre forward and not injury stricken, so that's a good thing. He's gone a bit under the radar this year because he's played alongside a fantastic front two with Jovic, who's recently earned himself a move to Real Madrid for 60 million. So that's trying to show you where he's underneath. But it still looks like a 20 to 30 million pound signing. So this could be like, the big signing for centre forward this season. He's got 20 goals and 12 assists in 40 games in all competitions this season, including 5 in 10 in the Europa League. So he's not just a hold-up player. As I said, that's goals and assists. So he's contributed 32 goals in 40 games, which is a great return. Now, the German League is quite physical, so that's, it shouldn't... No one can guarantee if you could make it across and transition to the Premier League, but it looks like he would be a great player. Now, are there other teams in for him? Who knows? Again, it's just a rumour. And on the basis of it, it's actually quite an exciting one. He probably will go to someone else knowing our luck, but he'd be a great guy to have in. He's an good all-round striker. He can head, he's good at link-up plays, finishing. He's an excellent penalty taker. And for me, it'd be thumbs up if we could get him, but it's a case of wait and see. It's going to be an interesting one, and I would be all for it. The next name coming across the list today is Kostas Fortounis, who is an attacking midfielder / striker who plays for Olympiacos in Greece. Now, we seem to have this weird love affair with the Greek league where we love bringing in players, and it's a roll of the dice whether they're any good or not. He's 26 years old, so he's not old. He's not old. He's we're not. It's not. It's in that bracket what we're looking for players that are young that can come into the team. He's 6 foot, so he's not small by any means. He spent the last 5 seasons playing in Greece, but in the last season he got 15 goals and 15 assists in 39 games. Again, that's a great return. He sort of likes playing centre attacking mid, or even as a second striker. He likes floating between the two. He's good at carrying the ball up the pitch, which is something we desperately need. He's great at, he will pick up the ball, turn and dribble and go forward at players. He loves carrying the ball and dribbling. And if he hasn't got the ball, he loves making runs in behind. This guy could be someone that would be a really good acquisition for our team. He's also apparently a really good dead ball specialist, from what I can see he is. And that would be great because Snoddy's got a good, he's got a good delivery on him. But we haven't exactly, since Payet, had someone you could rely on as a definite free kick taker that's going to score you goals. So if this guy could come in, it would be fantastic. He's also apparently, in the last year of his contract, they reckon he's available for about 10 million. So if it's 10 million, it's got to be... Is it worth a gamble? I'd take it, especially if someone like Obiang's leaving, or even Fernandez might go back to Italy. It'd be a great one to bring in. Now, dropping further back in the team, we're going back to goalkeeper and I'm apologising because I am absolutely butcher this guy's name. It's Bartolomei Dragowski, who's a goalkeeper. He's a 21-year-old goalkeeper playing in Italy. He spent the second half of this season playing on loan at Empoli in Italy, on loan from Fiorentina. Fiorentina bought him 3 years ago for 2.5 million. So he had potential back then. He's Poland's under-21 goalkeeper. Since he went out on loan in January, he's got four clean sheets in 16 games. And he's been getting a lot of rave reviews in Italy. But Fiorentina sent him out on loan because they brought someone else in who they felt was the new first-team goalkeeper, so they want to get rid of him. They are ready to sell, apparently. However, there is no price quoted. Just to give you an example, there was a game in Italy that he played this season against Atalanta, shall I say, and he made 17 saves in a 0-0 draw, which is actually a record for Serie A since they started recording it in 2003, 2004. So, again, he definitely someone we should be looking at, and maybe with the Fabianski link, he can have a word from the Poland side of things and get him in because he's only 21, so he's not going to be straight away. But in 2-3 years, because you're not going to get mega amount of time out of Fabianski, he could be the guy to step up and be the long-term replacement. So it's a good prospect. The only thing is the price. Has his performances in the last 6 months really raised his stature that it's worth a big transfer fee? I can't see spending a lot of money on a goalkeeper. There's even rumours today, and I don't even know the bloke's name, I'm not going to say it anyway, that the Millwall goalkeeper who they've just released, who's like 33, 34, they reckon we might try and bring in him as a third choice goalkeeper. I think it's Martin, maybe his name. Now, a lot of the big teams seem to like doing this now. I remember Man United signed a guy on loan, signed a guy from Stoke, I think it was Lee Grant. Chelsea done it with Rob Green. Everyone seems like having this old British goalkeeper to fill in squad numbers as a last-minute backup, and he's English. Could happen. I hope not. I'd rather see this young guy come in, but it's West Ham, so money, free transfer, who knows. Moving back forward to the centre-forward position, a name that's come across that we've been linked with constantly for probably the last 2 years, Mario Balotelli. On a free from Marseille, having played in France. He only went there for 6 months at the end of the season. He cancelled his contract with Nice, ripped it up in January, went to Marseille, scored 8 goals in 14 games, which is actually a really good return. Yeah, it's more than a goal every other game. His tally in France, I think he scored 40 goals in the last 3 seasons, roughly, since he went there in 2016. So he's still scoring goals. And, it's a maverick. And we already have an Anatovich up front. Do you want to mix them together? I don't know. It could be genius. It could be catastrophic. He has the bad boy reputation, hot-headed. Obviously, he's a former Man City player, and everyone's seen the quality he's got. That's just going to be a gamble. I can imagine him, out of all the guys I've mentioned so far, he's going to be the highest wage because of previous name and plays and stuff. But I suppose if you can convince him to drop his wages a bit, you could bring him in as a replacement for Perez. Do you want him? I don't know. I'd personally rather pick up Haller. But we'll have to see. And the last rumour that's come across today, which is one I'm going to talk about, but I really cannot see happening, is Nathaniel Clyne from Liverpool. He's a name that's been floating about the last couple of days, and I reckon we're interested in him. Liverpool want to ship him out for 15 million, which would actually still be a profit of about 2.5 million on what they paid for him however many years ago they bought him from Southampton. He spent the last half of this season on loan at Bournemouth, and he played 14 games. So he's fit, he's playing. They want, it's 10 to 15 million they want. I said if they send 15 million, they're going to make a profit on him. There's interest from other Premier League teams. Apparently, I know Bournemouth obviously already interested in him. They reckon maybe some more. They even reckon they've talked today, as late as only about an hour ago, that Napoli might look at him as a cheaper option than they were looking at Trippier. I cannot see us. I mean, do we need a right back? That is the question. I don't think. Had we not just given Zabaleta a new contract on like 70 grand a week, I reckon Clyne would have been an interesting one and could have been one we've gone for. But, you've got Zabaleta for another year or two. Fredericks was looking really good at the back end of the season. I can imagine he's going to be the first choice. Zabaleta is going to be the backup. And you've even got young Ben Johnson, who played in a game, the away game at Man City at left back and had a really good game. So you've got 3 right backs there already. Clyne, I cannot see happening. Unless they're going to bring him in and sell Fredericks, I can't see it happening. But, I'm here to answer rumours for you guys. Everyone's seen Clyne. Everyone knows what he's about. It's an interesting one. But that's today's transfer roundup, guys. Let us know what you think about it. What do you think of the players? Anyone excite you? Anyone you want us to cover? If there's any guys that you've seen out there, strangers, maybe we're not even rooming with, but you think, I'd love to see this guy, give us a shout and we'll try and get a video done for you. But as always, I'm Matt, this is Irons United. Like, share and subscribe, and come on you Irons.